So yeah, before I start talking about this movie, there is a second video that is coming on the movie I'm about to talk about that I did a review with my buddy on YouTube, known as Marty McFly 88. Him and I watched it together, and then we did a collab movie review on it. So yeah, that should be coming soon. But in the meantime, I'm gonna be doing a solo review on this movie, and then hopefully in the next week you should be seeing their collaboration soon. But in the meantime, yeah, Jason Takes Manhattan. This is part 8. Which yeah, this movie, as I said, this was my first time watching this movie. And I was not a fan of it. I actually hated this movie a lot more than I thought I would hate it. And here's the thing, alright? So I went into this movie with an open mindset, as I do with a movie that I'm not too sure about. Like, at this point in time in this franchise, I go into a Friday movie expecting to see two things. I expect to see creative kills, and I expect to see nudity. They're the two things that you expect when you go into a Friday the 13th movie. In this movie, while there is nudity in it, and there is, some good shots of nudity throughout, Jason Takes Manhattan, like the opening scene is a good example of it. As far as the kills go, though, there is no creativity, there's no energy, it's loss of direction, and it just feels very jumbled. Like, I don't know how to describe, but yeah, I don't want to get into reasons for why I hate this movie, because this movie basically betrays and gives a big fuck you to the lore and the story of this franchise on who Jason is. Because as was addressed in Freddy vs. Jason, Jason's weakness is water. And in this movie, Jason, he's a professional swimmer in this. And he can swim well, because at the end of this movie, Jason, he swam from the boat, which was in like the middle of the ocean, to Manhattan, which is a good distance. So how is he swimming in this movie? And that's just one mistake. That's only one mistake out of many in this movie. And Jason's makeup in this movie, it looks absolutely horrible. Like, I don't remember Jason having hair, and like when you see like younger Jason in this movie, he's all normal, and then in the second one, and then the second time you see younger Jason, he's like, now he's a little bit deformed. And just, yeah, all of the makeup and how they introduce young Jason, it looks nothing like Jason. Like the Jason at the end of the original classic Friday the 13th, like that is young Jason. Like that's what he looks like to me. This Jason is not Jason. Like, and it's just like I don't get it. Like, I mean, I can understand the purpose of why he's there is because, there's this connection between the main character or our main actress and Jason, and how at one point in time, Jason, pulled her down in the lake after her uncle tossed her in the water, and all that. But like, that connection, that relationship that this movie tries to, I guess, flesh out, if you want to use that word here, it's pointless. It's when you actually see it happen at the end of this movie, when you see the flashback of the uncle teaching her daughter to swim and all that, it's yeah, okay, here's the thing. Alright, so you don't care for any of the relationships that go on in this movie. You don't care for the characters. Like, these characters are just nameless high school students. And none of them have, there's no characterization given to them. There's no personality. That they're just in this movie for the sake of having some bait for Jason to kill. That's the only reason in this movie. And also, I want to talk about the title of this movie, Jason takes Manhattan, and as Adam and I, as our little joke for this movie should have been called Jason Takes a Cruise. Like, Jason Takes a Cruise to Manhattan, because literally for like the first 2 acts of this movie, he is on a boat going to Manhattan, and he's in Manhattan for like the last maybe 20 minutes of this movie. And it's like, why is it called Takes Manhattan? Jason doesn't take over Manhattan. He goes into Manhattan, and he goes into Times Square. I mean, like, that scene has a lot of potential for being good. Jason could have came into Manhattan and just slaughtered assholes left and right, just like, blood spraying everywhere. Like, Jason should have, like, as in took over as this title promise. He should have just came into Manhattan and just killed every fucker that gets in his way. That's what he should have done. But instead, he goes into Manhattan. He walks around Manhattan like normally, and people don't find him weird. People aren't like there's this weird guy in the streets. He's wearing a mask. Someone call the police. Nobody's like that. Everybody just walks past. They accept that he looks like that. And just, I don't get it. I don't get it. And Jason, okay, so there's a scene. There's like a karate fight scene at the end of this movie with a character. Well, with one of our last remaining characters in this movie, where he's in this like fight scene, and the scene it's drawn out for a long time. It's like 5 minutes long, I think, and this guy's just punching Jason, and he's just he's just walking backwards, and Jason does nothing. He just takes the hits. Bullshit. No, Jason, he would grab his throat, and he would like toss him like the second he appeared, or the second he punched him. Jason would just be going after him. He would not be taking hits. That is not Jason. That's not Jason. He would not take bullshit from anybody. And in this movie, he just lets this guy hit him. Like, why? Like, it makes Jason look bad in this movie. I don't get it. I don't get why. What else did I like in this movie? There's so much that you can tear down from this movie. But yeah, Jason being scared of water, apparently that doesn't apply in this movie. What else is there? It's like Jason's makeup, like when he takes off his mask at the end of this movie, like he's probably the worst Jason look, and the way Jason's resurrected in this movie, it's just dumb. The acting in it as well is just, the acting in this movie is really poor. Everybody just looks like they're kind of sleeping through this movie. Nobody looks like they're giving they're trying to give a good performance. The movie lacks kills as well. There's very minimal gore in the movie, and plus I've seen better kills in Part 6. Like, still today, Part 6 is some of my favourite kills in this entire franchise. Like, Part 6 and Part 4 are still my favourite fucking entries in this franchise. Like, I love Part 6, I love Final Chapter. Like, they are fantastic Friday movies. And now, just this movie, this and Jason Goes to Hell are easily the worst movies in this franchise for me. This movie did nothing for me. And here's the worst thing as well. When you have a movie about Jason, even if the movie is horrible, it should at least be entertaining. This movie is just boring. This movie, I was bored. Because there's only so much Jason can do on a boat, and it's just the direction, the cinematography. It's all just very lazy. The script in this, the writing, it's all horrendous. I don't like anything about this movie. I'm trying to think if there's any positives I can actually say about this movie. There's maybe one good kill. There's one good kill in this movie with in the sauna where Jason gets this hot rock and like slams it into his chest. Like that was a cool kill, and probably the only cool, awesome kill in this movie. But at the same time, I'm thinking I've seen better kills before, so this movie doesn't really do much for me as far as far in the Carnage Candy department. So yeah, this movie, yeah, I wasn't really a fan of it. Um, yeah, I have no intention ever going back to watch this. So yeah, they're my quick thoughts on Jason Takes Manhattan. Let me know down in the comments if you do like this movie, especially because I'm sure this movie does have its fan base. And if you like this movie, sure, like yeah, go ahead. Like it's yeah, like yeah, we're all free to opinion. And if you like this movie, yeah, like yeah, that is good to hear. Like I would love to hear like why you like this movie, but yeah, but for me, upon my first viewing of it, yeah, this is the worst. Like, this franchise should have stopped after part 6, after Jason Lives, which was the last good Jason movie. So, and even like what is it, like New Beginning or New Blood, what was it, New Blood, I believe I think it was called, part 7. Um, like that one, like I wasn't really even a fan of. Like it wasn't really good, but it was a decent Jason movie. But then part 8 and then through to the Freddy vs Jason and the remake, like they were the last two good Jason-esque movies. So yeah, I wasn't really a fan of this movie. Yeah, let me know down in the comments what you think of it.